gotta admit on the outset of this video that I can't fully explain you the answer to this question. C.S. Lewis, I don't believe, fully explained it. I don't think he said that you can fully explain the answer to this question. But if you really want a thorough answer, then it's gonna take a little bit more than a 10-minute YouTube video. You're gonna have to go read C.S. Lewis, The Problem of Pain. Okay, but one of the questions I get most often is, if God is all good and God is all powerful, right? How in the world is there so much pain and suffering? Why does He allow sin to exist? Well, my first problem with that question is, who are you, old man, to question God, right? What is the worm saying to the dirt around it? Oh, I don't need you. What are you doing to me, giving me all this stuff? It doesn't make a whole lot of sense. But in any case, there's people out there asking it, so I'm gonna go ahead and try to break it down. Where the problem lies most frequently is your understanding of good and your understanding of all powerful, right? So if the general understanding of God's goodness and the general understanding of God being omnipotent is what, is the only way that it can be understood, then the question's unanswerable. You could state an even stronger case than that, but it would be unanswerable. But let me tell you why it's not unanswerable. Okay, first of all, what is omnipotence, right? All powerful. It's the power to do all things that are possible, right? So what God cannot do, you want to know what God cannot do? And there's going to be like, oh no, there's nothing God can't do. Some people out there are going to be saying that crap. I'm going to tell you what God cannot do. He cannot be all red and have no red on Him at the same time. He can't draw a rounded corner. He can't make a rock that's so big that He can't pick it up or whatever. Nonsense statements do not derive meaning when you attach God's name on it. That's not how it works. You think because you said, that, oh, God can do, anything, that makes it so. Well, that's not the case. What it is a difference in your language, right? So when we say He can do that, when we say that something is impossible, right, we mean extrinsically impossible generally. Intrinsic impossibility carries within itself its own answer, right? So extrinsically impossible, I'll give you an example. I can't see the guy that's around the corner, that's around on the other side of that building right now, right? It's impossible for me to see that guy. That is, there's an unless clause attached to it, right? Unless I go upstairs and I can look over the top of the building and see that guy, right? Well, you say, well, what if your leg's broke? Then you can't go upstairs. Unless I have a friend that can come over and carry me up the stairs to go see him. And you say, oh, well, you ain't got no daggone friends. Well, unless, light and space, light and time bent in such a way that you can see around the corner. Well, whatever, that might be nonsense. If it's a nonsense statement, if it's intrinsically impossible, then it can't be done by God or man or nobody, nothing, no thing in any world can do that thing. It's intrinsically impossible. So understand that there's extrinsically impossible, where you say, you can't turn water into wine. It's impossible. That is, unless you can manipulate the molecules of physical reality, whatever, so bam, he can do that. Impossible crap. You can't, it's impossible for cancer just to disappear from your body or whatever. Well, that is unless you're the one that created all physical substance and you can do whatever you want to do to physical substances, right? I have no doubt that if you could have studied everything that went in and out of that body, that the laws of reality actually still existed, you would have been able to, weigh it leaving in some way, shape, or form. But anyway, that's another topic. So, where the most disconnect is in the language of the semantics. I know semantics, whatever, is a horrible thing, but we humans are limited in our communications by what we decide, what words we decide represent what things, right? There's nothing that you can do about it. Semantical arguments have always existed, will always exist. I hope that this video has brought some kind of clarity to the argument. I know it's not solving the argument or answering the argument explicitly, but you can understand the trouble that you have with the argument. Go ahead and, if that got your brain stirred up, go ahead and go grab that book from C.S. Lewis. Again, none of these ideas are mine. I don't bring you no kind of new ideas. I try to study the greats, the great Christian literature, and put it right in front of you, hopefully to spark you up to go study it yourself and spend some quality time with Jesus and getting to know Jesus better. I love you guys, man. Have a good day.